The little things mean a lot, and today's subject is going to cover that very thing, whether it's for sympathy, empathy, compassion, or just for the reason that you love someone and they exist. We're going to be covering this for male and female, so stay tuned. Welcome to Just Dandy Podcast. I'm Elizabeth, your host, owner of Dandelion Herb Shop, and today we are in my shop, and I'm making some things to service orders and things that come through the website. And if you don't know that website, you'll find the link in the description box down below. Today we're going to cover the 5 senses and gifts that we can do that really truly speak to the heart, take care of the heart, and make us feel good. They're going to make the person that we care about really know that we are considerate and we've been thinking of them. In the 5 senses, we always have our eyes, we have our nose, we have our ears, we have our taste, and we have our touch. So covering those 5 senses, we are going to first start out with smell. When you're thinking about that, we want to do a smell that will set a memory factor maybe. And even if it's the first time you've offered this to the person, they're going to have this memory. And we're plugging into the memory factor. When we do that, their smell is going to take them back to this moment in time, and they're going to remember you. And then we can add into that some other things. For example, if you make a meat rub or purchase a meat rub, so grab you a basket or a box, and for the men, you want to pack this up. Do something like a meat rub. They love gadgets, anything that is a car freshener or something of that nature. Some foot powder, that would be great. And for the women, think about some of the same things, especially if she enjoys cooking, or you can do some wax melts. Those are really good for the scent. Diffuser oils are excellent for both of you, especially to help with the aromatherapy, which automatically triggers, and it can remove fear. It can grant courage. It can definitely uplift your spirit and remove negative energy. So we can think about these things. Also, closet deodorizers for male and female. Once again, take these ideas, grab you a box or a basket, and put the first scents in there. At least purchase one item for every scent. The second one we're going to think about are hearing. With hearing, we want to also think about things that can help with that. Maybe we could do like a sleep sound machine. Sleep sound machines omit some kind of soft sound, maybe like rain, tapping on a roof. It might be birds chirping. It could be crickets. My husband absolutely loves his sound machine. And mine actually has the area where you can put the beads in it for the aromatherapy. So if they've had a bad day or maybe just a hard day, real stressed out, this will help them sleep better. And even if you can put one of those wax melts in one of your diffusers for a plug-in, somewhere that's really centrally kind of going to get the scent to the bedroom area, but out of harm's way where it's not dangerous. And just think about something like that. Also, chimes. I have a set of beach chimes that are the seashells. They're like the real thin ones, fossil of the shell. They hang overhead to the ceiling. I actually took a hang pin that can tap in, it's self-tapping, and hung those onto the chimes so they dangle down. And when our ceiling fan is moving, it makes those chimes sound. Also, if you have a bedroom that's maybe adjoining to a wraparound porch, or it has a patio, a balcony, something like that, you could hang a very mild set of chimes outside, and this sounds very wonderful from the outside bedroom, and it works just the same. I have that as well. So there we go. We're listening when we're using our ears. Now you can always, of course, pick your favorite song, a song that was for your song. Like back when I grew up and you dated, you and your guy had your song. My husband and I still have our song. And there again, during your courtship and during those really happy memories, maybe a concert that you went to, one or the other has expressed that they really like this song, and you could do that song for them in some way. Maybe send it to them, MP3. In talking about hearing, hearing your name is the sweetest sound you'll ever hear. But another thing that's really good is writing them a poem, writing them a letter, something of that nature. And maybe if you could record yourself reading it, or you could wait till you presented the gift and read the poem to them. And that would be the hearing again. Moving on to the taste. Taste is another great way to heighten memories and omit great feelings of joy and happiness. And it's the little things that mean a lot. So we've already covered our nose, smelling, and our hearing. So the next thing on taste is like a herbal tea, dark chocolate. And when I say dark chocolate, I mean like the cocoa chocolate, Dove chocolates that have the higher amount of the cocoa oils in it. Very excellent, and this serves as a memory keeper as well. And it's also a natural aphrodisiac, just so you know. Additionally, you can do like the sampler boxes. The cream chocolates you can always buy a heart, got the creams in it. But you can also purchase these little small sampler boxes, or maybe the favorite place that you both have visited, and get a sample of each little thing and put it in like a small little box, and that way that covers the taste. But you can always purchase candy, but sometimes you can find something that has an assortment, a variety in it, and just look for something that's healthy and nutritious. Maybe you could bake them their favorite cookie and put that in the basket or box for them. Talking about touch. Touch is a cool thing because now you can get the stress balls. If this is for the husband or for the wife or the male or the female, stress balls are really good. You can press on them and they can help you concentrate. They also strengthen the wrist and the hands and the fingers. They're great for motor skills. This can be for any age. This whole assortment of ideas I'm giving you is for anyone, everyone. You know, small, medium, large, older, younger, it doesn't matter. Also with that, think about those stress punches. They have these little boards now, and my daughters love these things. They own tons of them, where you sit there and you mash in the little silicone buttons. Then you flip it over and you can do it again. You can even play games with it, like challenge each other with the different colors. And they come with different frames, so you have a variety to pick from. And these are something that you can put together or maybe start ordering them. I'll put links to all the ones that we recommend in the description box because they have been the most liked and used. Along with the things that I've offered, I'll put links to everything underneath the podcast here so that you can click on it and go check them out. We appreciate it when you do that because most of these are affiliate links or they direct you back to the website. And anything that you do is greatly appreciated because it helps me keep the podcast going and keep these episodes coming to you. All right, so we're still talking about touch. Now, guys really like sports, and even guys who do not like sports, they like gadgets. They like things like this for the touch factor. So think about those mini basketball nets. You can go to Dollar Tree and buy one of those little sets. And it's got the little Nerf balls in it or the little sponge balls in it. You can do the dart set if that's allowed. He may have his man cave, and this could be an area for him. And for the females, they always like to keep their things around them as well. And even females enjoy things of this nature for the touch factor. If you really truly are maybe a southern appeal or someone who likes to go fishing and go to the lake, get a skipping rock. Go and pick out a great skipping rock, one that feels good in your hand. Once again, housing on that touch factor, and present them with a skipping rock. Maybe put a little label on it or some kind of little note, skipping rock, or collect them a handful. And then you could tell them something like, every time you think of something that you really, really want, skip a rock. And there you go. Smooth wooden boxes. These are really excellent for putting small pieces in. Women love them, men love them. Or maybe you recently bought them something that was a jewelry, maybe a keychain or something like that, and you could put it in this box. This would be its own personal little keepsake box. Poem I talked to you about, write it down, fold it up, put it inside that little wooden box. Now I'm thinking wooden because it's next to nature, and it's something that's small, compact, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it is ideal for any occasion. So all these senses, anytime you're looking for a gift, or the little things mean a lot, and anything of a love gesture or thank you, kindness, friendship, consider the 5 senses before you purchase. Be a new watch band. If this is an individual who wears watches, they have their one that's hooked up to their cell phone, things like that, they wear out. Or maybe they just want something with a different color or more stability, something that's stronger and durable, and get them a new wristband for their watch or their device. That's always an excellent choice. We haven't talked about the eyes. Now, before we really dive deep into the eyes, I want you to consider this. This is the wow factor. We want to plug in the wow factor anytime with the eyes, because our eyes actually decide on something before we hear it. And with our nose, a lot of times our smell decides on it before our taste does. And we smell it, and that way we decide. But with the eyes, it's the wow factor. And that is why a lot of times we see something and we're just drawn to it. So when you fix your basket or your box, make sure you put some tissue paper in there. Put something really like a cellophane wrapper around them. You can buy those and you can shrink them down with a hairdryer. Or put them into, maybe wrap them in cellophane. You can wrap them in cellophane and put a bow on it, or some raffia or anything to tie it. Even a string of some kind. Just make it look neat. And that whole box basket sitting there, and it's got their name on it. It is the wow factor. I do not care, male or female. When you give them something and it's kind of wrapped up and they see the effort you made, it's the wow factor. You can bank on it. Let's revamp real quick, and then I'm going to offer you some other things that you can think about. When we're seeing, we're using the wow factor. When we're smelling, you can sail away with that. It will just carry you, and you're using the memory factor. You're remembering something, and a lot of times a smell will remind you of things. You can hear something and it will take you back. So if we want to talk about time travel, we can hear, smell, or see something, and we have automatically traveled through time. And everybody loves time travel. So in the modern way, that is time travel. Now with tasting, the best way to the heart is through the stomach. Now I was raised very, very Southern, so that was the first thing. If you really wanted to impress someone, the best way, the shortest distance to the heart is through the tummy. So you give them a good meal, they are really truly going to see your sincerity. It's heartfelt, and it travels right to the heart. They get the message, and it always gives them a smile with great delight. And with touch, anytime we want to comfort someone, TLC, it makes us glad. It gladdens our heart, and that makes the world go round. So if you are listening to this podcast, and maybe money is not availability at this time, or maybe some of these items I spoke about you cannot rightfully get, maybe you've run out of time and you really need a gift. Think about comfort, TLC, any kind of gesture that offers that. A foot rub, a back rub, a foot soak, anything like that that you can come up with. Even brushing someone's hair is the touch factor. It is TLC, it is comfort. Even gentlemen love for their head to be massaged. You can actually give a head and neck massage. You can do a facial massage. And if it's an elder person, maybe soothing their hands, rubbing some lotion on their hands, rubbing lotion on their feet. Anything to do with the touch factor and give someone comfort is very healing. It's really great for us, and it gives us that gladness in our heart. The other thing that you can think about as far as gadgets and things like that, there are all kinds of things. You can make a propeller, get you a paper clip and put a piece of paper on it to where it makes a flapping sound. You can even draw little pictures on to post-it notes so that when they fan it, it's a little auto film and it's like a little cartoon animation going on. Think outside the box, really get creative, because the little things do mean a lot. So I want to offer you some extra things to go along with this, so stay tuned. So we were talking about maybe writing a poem and giving someone that heartfelt memory, hearing your voice and activating the memory. Maybe you didn't do a song, but you could always write a poem. You don't necessarily have to write a poem. You could pick something that you really like, a favorite saying, a favorite affirmation, or a piece of literature that you really enjoy and you wanted to share that intricate, sensitive side of you with someone, maybe your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, and you could write that down and offer it to them or read it out loud, affecting the hearing, bringing back that memory. So in talking about maybe empty for some info or how to do a poem or something like that, since I've already told you some and offered you some ideas of what you could use, I wrote this little poem, and just remember the 5 senses, and it's real easy. So I'm going to read it to you and you can fill in the blank. Roses are red, violets are blue. I picked these out just for you. Blank for your sense of smell. Blank for your ears to hear. Blank for your sense of taste. Blank for your sense of touch. For you to see, I love you. And that's optional. Blank for your eyes to see. And if it happens to be Valentine's Day, sign it off with Happy Valentine's Day, or I love you, or thank you for all that you do for me, and be sure to put your name and the year. The year's really important because people will hang on to these things forever. Now, I thank you all so much for joining me today, and I know that you're going to enjoy this information and put it to use. It will be beneficial to your health. If you want more specifics on what each one of these herbs do, be sure to check out dandelionsoup.com/blog, or anywhere on the website. If you click under the herbs, each herb is described and what its beneficial uses are for, what it's commonly used for, and how it can benefit you. It's in all the ingredients of different products on the website, which I know you will thoroughly enjoy. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them and drop me a comment. I really appreciate it every time you share the podcast and every time that you visit and leave a comment, and great reviews are so appreciated. It helps me to maintain the podcast and keep running these episodes. As long as I know you enjoy them and you're learning something from them, share that with me. Share it with other people and let them know how you may have applied it in your life and how it benefited you. Until the next episode, this is Elizabeth at Dandelion Soap Herb Shop, wishing you a just dandy day. Bye, y'all.